Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about sinking funds, my balances, and just lay out my sticker spread in my budget planner. If you guys don't know, I am a sticker budgeter and I budget in an Erin Condren 7x9 planner. So if you're interested in any of that, I'll link them down below. But anyway, let's get into February. I had gotten a request to do an entire sinking fund layout because I had been stuffing my cash envelopes, but you guys were curious on the balances. Now, if you're just curious in general about like what is it that I save for, I do have a video on my 2021 sinking fund, and that tells you like when I start saving for stuff, the amounts I'm aiming for, and how much I contribute monthly. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up in the card above. But today we're going to concentrate on putting down my spread for sinking funds and then giving you guys the numbers in the cash envelopes and in my bank. So I do two types of sinking funds. I do the cash envelope system, and then once it gets pretty hefty, I transfer it into my bank account at a credit union, and that credit union has those buckets where I transfer those categories into their own personal accounts. So I do have that available to me because of my credit union. So if you're wondering how I separate my sinking funds, my credit union does allow that to be done digitally, so I can always see that in my bank account. And then of course the cash envelopes, I keep them in this little binder. This is not an Erin Condren, this is a Gilio ostrich print in the color Cookie Monster. These were like some rejects that the company had, and they went on super sale. They were like 40% off, and I got myself one and I love it. And this is where I keep my sinking funds. I keep them here where with my cash envelopes that I created and sell on my shop. So if you're interested in that, I'll also have that link down below. But here I keep the main sinking funds that I'm currently funding based on my projected 2021 sinking funds timeline. And today I'm just going to go ahead, set up the spread, and then count all of this and put it into perspective for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right next to my budget 2021 for February. And then I'll be using my sinking funds sheet along with an expense log just in case I use any of my sinking funds throughout the month. I usually don't, but sometimes medical or car maintenance can come up, and then I'll be using some washi. So that is the plan so far. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying these down. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in because I did have someone request to zoom in super close because it's hard for them to see. So let me know in the comments below if this is enough, if it's too much, and then I'll keep adjusting as the videos go by. So here is my washi. I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. I have my sinking funds here. And you guys, if you guys are wondering, my stickers are premium matte, meaning these suckers have like a buttery, smooth touch feel to them. And they may be, if you're kind of gentle or you don't lay these stickers down heavily, you might be able to remove them. But as premium matte stickers, they usually are not removable. So yeah, they're just premium matte. So I don't really suggest lifting them up unless you put them down very gently and then bring them back up. Then I can see a possibility of that working, but I really don't in that case. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my favorite pen, which is the Energel Clena in a 0.3. I don't know if the camera will focus on it, but yeah, it's a Clena 0.3. And currently I'm going to go ahead and write down all the categories that I have here on the side. So the first one that I have is car maintenance. Followed by that, I have medical copays. So I'm just going to go ahead and put medical. And then one of my short-term sinking funds is Nordstrom. I'm saving up for Nordstrom, and then just a slight longer one would be Black Friday. So those are the next ones that I'm saving currently. I'm going to put Nordstrom and Black Friday. Now, if you're wondering about this dead snowball cash envelope in here, this is just money that is left over from my regular cash envelopes, like from grocery spending or gas, that I throw in here to add an extra dead snowball from my cash envelopes. This time around, I forgot to deposit this in my account for January, so I'm going to do this month. So this one's actually not a sinking fund. This is just cash that is left over that I put extra towards my dead snowball that I put in here just for safekeeping. So this you will see empty and full at all times, whereas these will always have some type of cash in them if I haven't used them up entirely. So yeah, that so far are my cash envelopes, and I'm gonna go ahead and close that out. And then right underneath it, I want to go ahead and put my expense log. That's just so I can see if I spend money in any of those categories. I just want to go ahead and make sure that I have that jotted down. And I'm going to have to zoom you guys out just a tad bit so you guys can see the bottom part of the planner there. Now I am going to put this washi all the way down here, but that does not mean that I'm going to go ahead and use all those spaces, because it might be 0 transactions, 1 transaction, and whatnot. But I just want to do it to fill out the page because it just makes me happy seeing everything together. So anywho, this is currently my sinking fund spread. I'm going to go ahead and make my lines. There we go. So like that, if I have any transactions right here, I can write them down. And like that, at the end of the month, when I need to add these up, I can go ahead and take it from this category. Like that, I don't have so much smush in between here. So that's why I like the expense log, because I get to write down if I have any transactions, the amount, and then the balance is left over, and like that I can nitpick everything that I need and put into these 2 categories, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do some lines up here as well. There we go. So that is how that is looking like. So now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and grab a calculator and start counting my money. Now, since I will be using my phone to look at my bank account, I'm going to need an actual calculator today, so I will be using that. And the first one we're going to start off is with carb maintenance. So let's go in here and count how much we have in carb maintenance. So far I have 20, 40, 60, 80. We have 80 in cart maintenance in cash envelopes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 80. And then now let me check my bank account. And I don't know if you guys can see, but so far right here in cart maintenance, I have $40. So if I just add $40 to it, in total, I have $120 for this month. However, my start balance was only $100 since I did add $20 this past paycheck. So I'm going to go ahead and put $100 so far here as a start balance, because I did just add $20 to it because of my paycheck 1 budget. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at $100, and the $20 that I added from this past cash envelope stuffing, I'm going to go ahead and put it here at the end when I close out all my budgets at the end. So that is that. Let's clear that out. Now let's go into medical. So medical, I have 20, 40, 60, 65, 70. So I have 70 so far in my cash envelopes. Now I know on here it says 0 for medical sinking funds. However, I did say that I was going to transfer my Christmas fund into my medical fund, so I haven't changed the names on here. So technically, I do have 5256 as my sinking fund in my bank for it. So let's do 5256. So right now I have $122.56 for my medical sinking funds. However, since I did just add $25 this month to it, I'm not going to have that as a starting balance. So my starting balance actually for the month of February was $97.56. I'm not going to worry too much about the cents since that happened due to going to the dentist at the end of the month in December. So that's why we have some cents there. And then since it was part of my Christmas fund, it also had some change on there. So it's fine that I don't have full numbers since it is on my bank account. So I don't mind that. So anywho, now let's go to Nordstrom. So Nordstrom has been getting $60 each month. And since I've only done for 1 month, I should only have 60 plus the 30 that I added this past time. So let's do 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. So I have 90 so far in my Nordstrom cash envelope. So if I do 90 minus the 30 I added, my starting balance for February was $60 for Nordstrom. But in total, I have 90. Black Friday is going to be one of those things as well where I add, I believe it's $40 for the entire month. And then each time I get paid, I get $20 in here. So 20, 40, 60 so far is in here. So technically, after adding or taking away this past paycheck, I started with a total balance of $40 for Black Friday, which I'm completely fine with. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in so you guys can see those numbers. Hopefully that's good enough for you guys. Sorry if it's a little far out. I just like having my whole planner in view. But anyhow, let's go ahead and do my starting balance for the month of February. So this month I started with 97.56 plus 60 plus 40. I started with $297.56 for sinking funds. So this is how much I've actually saved on the side for all these miscellaneous categories. Now I am going to go over here and write down the cash stuffings that I did, like that. You guys can see that that will be added into this at the end of the month. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So now here I can put the actual balances. So for cart maintenance, it'll be 120. For medical, let's do 97.56 plus 25. I have 122.56. Nordstrom, I have 90. Black Friday, I have 60. So there we go. That is my sinking fund spread. I hope you guys enjoyed it and like that you guys can get like a full glimpse of what's really in here, like what's in all these beautiful cash envelopes that I add up and add to each paycheck. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any other questions about my sinking funds, and I'll be more than glad to answer them down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, you guys.